Good evening, everybody. Today we have a small session on Drekkana. Sir is going to take Drekkana next month. He says that this chart is so very important. You all can't even imagine. So we are going to have a few sessions today. Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
all over to you.
Sure. Good evening, everybody. Just a second. Yeah. We'll just do a small prayer. Ghanapati Havaamahe Kavim Kavinam Vasarabastamam Yeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashadmanotirasi Sadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vachevar Vachini Nadi Dinamadatrayavadam Eshaya Saraswati Namaha Sri Guru Hari Om Om Bhagavasvaha Tatsavitamare Number Devasya Aditya is a mind, okay. Good evening, everybody. So we just go into this Drekkana session. So I think everybody thinks Drekkana is only for understanding siblings or sometimes used for death-related things. Maximum, there's nothing more than that. But if you come to understand, each varga is not exactly for a particular aspect of life. It is actually that particular aspect is magnified, but actually looking into every aspect of life from that particular angle. I will when you look into the different techniques, you will understand. Today I will start with Rashi Tulya Drekkana Bala as the first step to get an introduction to. As I keep telling this for 3-4 sessions about the Drekkana I'm doing, you will understand very, very clearly. What I say, Drekkana is just not for looking at just simple as siblings and nothing else you need not see. It is opening up the vistas of prediction. It is like you're looking at the Rashi chart from a single angle. When you see in Hora, it becomes Eda Pingala. It is the solar and the lunar forces, male and female forces, just two forces. You are just seeing the balance of this. Most important, here comes Drekkana, where it splits it into 3. This is where creation starts. This is the masculine and feminine portion, and the creative force enters only in Drekkana. So horoscope itself opens up only when the Drekkana aspect comes. So what is this 3? A 3 can be many things. So a 3-murti function is there. So it is creation, GOD, generator, organizer, and destroy. Is that the meaning? Or you can say the 3 gunas, the tamas, rajas, and sattva guna. You got different functions, 3 functions. What all you can say? Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, you would say. There are different aspects. In fact, Drekkana has all of them in different aspects. In the next class, I will tell you the most important aspect of Drekkana. One of the aspects is the Tattva. Where the 3 Devatas are given, and the 3 Devatas will understand the aspect of the Tattva Rahasya. They have given a thing called Narada, Agastya, and Durvasa. What does it actually mean? What is these Devatas? How are to be understood? So there are many other aspects to it if you go. There is something very interesting when coming to health. Only the Drekkanas are divided into 33, and you have the body parts are divided into not just 12 into 33 body parts. And in fact, the Varamira gives a beautiful session how you die. The manner of death through the 33 Drekkanas, the 33 body parts are given, which is very interesting. And in fact, for Prasna, there are 33 types of questions you can, and what is the basics for the question that has been given. For Muhurta, it is very interesting, especially travel-related Muhurta or competitive Muhurta. All of our Muhurtas are competitive nature. We are writing an exam, we are competitive related, any exam, sports, or anything you want to win and lose, those kind of things, Drekkana becomes very, very important. In fact, it is not for marriage. Because this is the energy of the horoscope, so the libido of the horoscope, or the complete basic adolescent energy of the horoscope. So there is absolutely no, you cannot, you have to understand Drekkana for marriage and progeny. So it becomes very, very important. How important? Then in this 3rd session I'll be doing is the appeal, the magnetism, the charisma, the heroism, the bravery. You can see in Drekkana. There are a lot of lovely things. In fact, there is one more very interesting thing is Navamsa is incomplete without understanding Drekkana. You have to club up Drekkana and Navamsa. Only through the three you will have to take the 9. See, the Rashi is divided into 3, and which is 10 degrees. Each 10 degrees is divided into 3 Navamsas. So each Drekkana has 3 Navamsas, 9 Navamsas. Only if you understand and completely these 3, can you go into the Navamsa. Without looking at the Drekkana, you jump to the Navamsa. It's just like missing a bridge. You miss the bridge or miss the door, and you are only looking at the end product. It's very, very important to connect Drekkana to Navamsa. So you understand what is Drekkana saying, and I'll give you a particular example. There is a particular role called Kara Drekkana. Then there is something called Mrityu Drekkana. Kara Drekkana is a planet in the 8th house in Drekkana is supposed to be killed. But there is something called Mrityu Drekkana. What is the Mrityu Drekkana? Is a planet in the 8th, 12th house in the D1 chart, also in the Kara Drekkana. It's called a Mrityu Drekkana. Then we have something in Navamsa called the 64th Navamsa. 64th Navamsa. It's simple. The 4th house or the 4th lord in Navamsa is the 64th Navamsa. Now, simply you have a planet sitting in the 4th house in Navamsa chart. Doesn't mean it will give you danger. Somebody has, or the 4th lord, you are running through the 4th lord period, will give you no. In D1, it must be in the 8th house. In the D3, it must be in the Kara Drekkana. Then it must also be in the 4th house Navamsa. Only if all 3 are connected or present, only then that is dangerous. You simply go and find a 64th Navamsa. A planet is there in the 64th Navamsa or the 50th Navamsa is there. This is incomplete. If you make prediction later, you will never be there. This is a hint at how important is Drekkana. This role you can apply for from yoga, Raja Yoga to Ava Yoga to every other concept. There is a key, there is a passage. I'm just giving one example how you are using depth. You can see Raja Yogas also. D1 is there, D3 is there. After seeing the yogas in D3, then it must also be in Navamsa. See, why not other vargas? Because the splitting of 3 is only in Drekkana. Chaturdamsa or Saptamsa will not connect. So it is very, very, very key important. The Lagna, the D1, D3, D9 is a connect. If you do not see D3, you are missing. Just looking at Navamsa is like analyzing a chart. 64th Navamsa, I have a planet. Somebody is having a planet. Okay, you are going to have a Ganda because there is a planet in the 64th Navamsa. So this is how the prediction will be done. So there is you have to see the connecting factor in D3, and then because Drekkana is nothing but 3 Navamsas. In a Rasi, there are 9 Navamsas, 3 Drekkanas, 9 Navamsas. So you must, and Navamsa and Drekkana is very much connected. Okay, with this we will go into, the first starting steps. When you go into Drekkana, what is the most important step? I'll tell you. A planet in a sign can be in the 1st, 3rd, 5th sign of the zodiac. See, the most very, very important, I'll tell you. When you look at the horoscope, a planet is, if it is in Lagna, in the Rashi chart, in the Drekkana, it will be in the 5th or 9th. If it is in the 2nd, it will be in the 6 or 10 or vice versa. So if it is in the 3rd, in the D1, it will be in the 3rd, 7th or 11th. If it is in the 4th, it will be in the 4th, 8th or 12th. So it is a 3 go-ona. It is always in a trine. Though we say 3, you understand the concept. It is a trinal concept. Very, very important. So it is, if you look at the horoscope, Mesha Lagna, you will say Mars is the Lord. But again, if you see closely, that will be divided into 3. The first 10 degrees is Mars. The middle 10 degrees is ruled by Sun. The third Drekkana is ruled by Jupiter. So if you are born in the first 10 degrees of Mars, it is a different meaning. The middle 10 degrees, 10 to 20 is a different meaning. The last has a different meaning. How important it is, if I can tell you, there is a particular slogan within Baramira says, if there is a malefic in the 8th house, or you say Balarishta, you know the yogas of Balarishta, 2 malefics in the 8th house in the birth horoscope. in the 8th house is a Balarishta. But it says if it is in a Swadrekana, there is no Balarishta. Or if it is in a Shubhadrekana, there is no Balarishta. So see, there are general rules which explains a planet in the 6, 8, 12 is bad. But the whole thing changes. If it is in a Swa, Ucha or Shubhadrekana, the malevolence itself is missing. We immediately don't need to go to the Namansa or any other Varga. The first Varga for understanding Arishtas or bad things is supposed to be. And clearly the classic says when a horoscope has the Kendras of a Drekkana has egg planets exalted, it's a Raja Yoga horoscope. And where is the question of Drekkana only used for understanding siblings? So this is the introduction we go. So when you look at the horoscope, the first Drekkana, I've just explained 2. I will not go into all the 12 Drekkanas. I'll explain. The first Drekkana, Mars, if Mars is present there, it's in its own house. Sun is exalted, Saturn is neutral, Jupiter is friendly, Venus and Moon are neutral, Rahu, Ketu are indicated. In the second Drekkana, Sun is in his own house because what second Drekkana is Leo. First Drekkana, it is in his house itself. The second Drekkana, it is the 5th house. So Leo is the second Drekkana. So Moon, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter friendly, Saturn, Rahu indicated. So if any planet in Mesha, if it is the first 10 degrees, this is the result. If it is between 10 and 20 degrees, it is in the strength of Mars, but it will fall in the Drekkana of Sun. So it is a Mars and Sun energy. So if it is the last 20 to 30 degrees of Mesha, it is in the 9th house, the aspect of the 9th house. So it is not the same as in the first and second. The first and second were very, very fiery. The third, though it is fiery, it becomes benevolent in a very different nature. Jupiter is an own side. Sun, Mars, Venus, Rahu are friendly. Moon, Mercury, Saturn are neutral here. Though Saturn gets debilitated here in this particular thing, in this particular Drekkana, new Saturn is better. So I'll just explain one more sign to you. Any planet is in first Drekkana is 0 to 10 degrees. Venus will behave in Swakshetra. Moon and Rahu are exalted. Mercury, Saturn are friendly. Sun is indicated. If it is in the second Drekkana is 20 to 30 is in Virgo. So Mercury in his own or exalted sign. Moon, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Jupiter friendly. Sun is neutral. Mars is indicated. So any planet is between 20 to 30 of Taurus. So it will falls in the third Drekkana. So Saturn is in its in own sign. Mars is exalted. Jupiter is debilitated. Venus, Rahu is friendly. Moon, Mercury are neutral. Sun is inimical in Capricorn. Okay, I'm not going to explain all the 12. Just for you to understand just the difference 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. You can see you don't understand as Rishabha Lagna completely is ruled by Venus. No, the first 10 is Venus, next is Mercury, and last is Saturn. So this is very, very demarcation. This is to not understand siblings. This is to understand the horoscope. The first demarcation is very, very important. We will have to understand they're splitting into 3. The 3 energy is very important to understand. See, Lagna, somebody has a Lagna in Rishabha. In Venus, Mercury or Saturn will change every prediction of yours. And it is not only for Lagna. Same thing, the 5th house. There is a lot of secrets hidden in this. When you're trying to understand, let's say the 5th house. Let's say for Mesha Lagna, the 5th house is Sun. But if the Drekkana is the middle Drekkana, the 5th lord will be different. You don't take only the 5th lord. You take the 5th lord and Drekkana 5th lord together in the D1 chart to understand the whole concept. Same thing is for marriage. Mesha Lagna, Venus is the 7th lord. But who's the Drekkana lord? Drekkana 7th lord. So Drekkana 7th lord can be Venus, can be Saturn, can be Mercury. And what is their position in the D1 chart and in the D3 chart? It is very, very important. So there are 2 lords. So in a horoscope for the 12 bhavas, first is the D1 lordship, and next it will divide into 3. So all the 12 planet will what is it, get 12 lordships. That it is very simple. You can open the D3 chart and find out how it has been split up. Okay, so far, so I'll understand what I'm trying to tell. Any doubts, Alan, so far? So this is very, very important. This is not simply understanding what is a sibling horoscope, making you all understand. This is just to understand the horoscope is in a three-dimensional perspective, which is opening up into three doors. So I've just written it, but I'm not going to explain it. We'll go to the next step. Mithuna, Kataka, Simha, how it is split, I've written it. Okay, next we move into Rashi Tulya Drekkana. I think you're very familiar with the term. Rashi Tulya Drekkana is keeping the D1 Lagna as constant and first judging the horoscope. Yes, we judge also from the Tregana Lagna, but as the first step, always when judging any Varga chart, the D1 Lagna is kept, and then look at where the planets have gone. Then that 50% will be given on that. Only then you have to move to the Tregana Lagna and then judge the whole horoscope. So there are three. This acts like an octave now. So there are three octaves. So a planet in a sign are in a trinal octave. Planets in Lagna are in 5 or 9. Planet in second can be in the second, sixth, or 10th. A planet in the third can be in the third or in the 7th or 11th. See, this is the most important house. Very, very important when you're judging a horoscope. We say planets in the fourth. Very good. But what happens in the Tregana, it can be in the 8th and 12th. For an example, for a Mesha Lagna, moon is in the 4th house. Immediately, what will he say? Moon in the 4th house, what is it? Very good for the mother. You'll have a good house and all that. But if it is in the second Tregana, moon is sitting in 11th degree of Kataka, means in the Tregana, it will go to Scorpio Drekkana. Fourth Lord is Nicha in the 8th house. The whole result changes. This is very, very important. So from the D1 perspective, okay, so fourth lord will be in the Drekkana. You have to find out, keeping the Rashi Tulya Drekkana, where these planets are moving in Drekkana. Very, very important. Or it is such a big blunder you can do. For a Mesha Lagna, moon in the 4th house from 10 to 20 degrees, it will be in Nicha Scorpio in 8th house. It will be there. What I say, when you give a result of a planet in the 4th house, what will be the result? Or let's say Shukra. Shukra is in the 4th house. What I say, Shukra in the 4th house, you will say it is very good results. Shukra in the 4th house, 2nd and 7th lord, marriage will be very, very good, you can say. But if over there, it will fall in Scorpio Navamsa in the 8th house. So it is very, very, how important the first strength, the first Bala is Drekkana Bala. Navamsa will come later. Okay. Okay. The next, okay, we move. Okay. So planets in the 5th, any planet in the 5th can be in the 9th or Lagna. Planets in the 6th are in the 10th or 2nd. Planets in the 7th are in the 11th or 3rd. Planets in the 8th are in the 12th of, again, you can understand. A planet is in the 8th, can be in the 4th. So in the D1 chart, if a planet is in the 8th, what I say, it can be in the 4th. So it can be totally compensated. But again, if it is the 8th and 12th in Drekkana, it is bad. Planets in the 9th are in Lagna and 4. Planets in the 10th are in 2 or 6. Planets in 11 are in 3 or 7. This two more, another important planet in the in the 2nd can be in the 6th. So let's say 2 benefics are sitting in the 2nd house, but in Drekkana, it can go into the 6th house. So your whole prediction will change. So you would say somebody has Jupiter, Mercury, Moon in the 2nd house. Very good. But in the Drekkana, it will be in the 6th house. So it's very, very important. What I say, you have to know where it is falling in Drekkana. So in looking at the degrees, we can calculate where it falls in Drekkana. So most important, whenever I look at the horoscope, I'll see if a planet is in the 4th or the 2nd house, I'll immediately check the horoscope and see whether they are going in the Drekkana to the 6th or if they're going to the 8th or 12th, because the whole equation, otherwise, at least the octaves are only auspicious. It's not changing into a negative. But in the 2nd and 4th, the whole octave can change the whole perspective of the horoscope. So this keep in mind. Okay. The Drekkana octave, 1-5 named octaves. This is what I explained to you, whole thing. I kept it clear. So I'm not going to explain to you the same thing. This is the planet. See, another thing is a planet moving to its nature is bad. Planet moving to the 6-8-12 is bad. Planet moving to its own side or exaltation in Drekkana is fantastic. Like I told you, there are still very good rules in Varaha Miravi. He says a planet in a Kendra, exaltation on own side in a Drekkana, one is a king. So it's very, very important to have a strong Drekkana. Is a big strength for the horoscope. In fact, when coming to character analysis, it is impossible to predict without Drekkana. You have 33 Drekkanas, where Drekkanas are divided into from Ayudha Drekkana to Sarpa Drekkana. We'll be seeing one more example, what is it, to animal Drekkana, bird Drekkana. So how they can be useful for prediction. Apart from the 3 Devatas, you have 33 other types of Drekkana. So each Drekkana rising has so much of meaning and into our prediction. I'll show you a session. If one born in Sarpa Drekkana, how important it is. Or one born in Ayudha Drekkana. I've seen Ayudha Drekkana, any planet is in Ayudha Drekkana, most of the assassination, bad deaths, the key planet will be in Ayudha Drekkana. In Sarpa Drekkana, yes, you think it is Sarpa, it is always Sarpa Drekkana, it's about poison, but you will see the most, what is it, drop dead looks. You will have Venus, Mars, Lagna, or Moon sitting in Sarpa Drekkana. All the film stars, I'm sure you, have a key planet sitting, all the top people of the world, Hollywood or Bollywood, having 2-3 planets at least in Sarpa Drekkana. So it depends on the strength, how it changes. So what is the meaning of these Pakshi Drekkana or what is this Ayudha Drekkana? Itself will change a person's character, temperament, outlook, profession, everything, married life, everything can be understood from this Drekkana. Okay. So this is the example. I've already mentioned, but I'll tell you. See, Saturn in Mesha and first Drekkana will be in Vargotva Nicha. Venus in Taurus. That is for Mesha Lagna. Venus in Taurus, second Drekkana, will be in the 6th house in Nicha Drekkana. Moon in the 4th house, I had told you, will be debilitated in Virchika in 8th house. So Mercury in the 4th in Cancer, in the 3rd Drekkana, will fall in the 12th house. Okay, or what say this is okay. I think this is enough. If you can, I think do you understand so far what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's very, very important. A planet in the D1, how it is, how the whole thing can change in the Drekkana. Okay, look at this chart. I'll Alpesido's chart. So first thing what we do is look at the horoscope. Move to the Drekkana and just keep it as Kataka Lagna itself and look at his horoscope. What happens when you keep Kataka as Lagna? Moon is in Lagna, Mercury is in Lagna, Venus and Mars in the 7th house, Jupiter is in the 10th, Rahu in the 11th, Sun and Saturn in the 2nd house. Then move to the Drekkana, what it says. And now look at the chart. Now, what happens? Mercury and Moon in the 9th, Sun and Saturn is in the 10th, Venus and Mars in the 3rd. You can see the profession also. Immediately you can see Mars is exalted in his horoscope, Moon in his own house, Sun in his own house. When you look at the basic horoscope and immediately see for a film star, immediately you can see Moon on, Mars exalted, Sun in his own house. In the D1, it is just a 30-degree angle. It is so generalized, 30 degrees. Now, the 30 degrees has become 10 degrees. So yes, the lesser we, the degrees become, it becomes more sharper. But you must know when we divide into 3 first, what happens next and how to look at the horoscope from that angle. So it's very, very important after the D1 chart, you will have to, open the horoscope, 3 doors of the horoscope and look at from the Drekkana. It is just not looking how is your siblings or how is your death. It is looking at the horoscope itself will change the dimension of your prediction itself. Just look at the horoscope. So suddenly in the D1 chart, where is planetary position? Where here Mars is exalted, Moon is in his own house, Sun in his own house. Naturally, how you'll have to see the horoscope? Where is the D1 Lagna Lord in Drekkana? It is in the D1 Lagna and is in the 9th from the D1 Lagna. The Mars 10th Lord Mars, where it is in Drekkana? It is exalted in Drekkana. Where is the 9th Lord? Jupiter is sitting in the 10th from the Rashi Tulya Drekkana and in the 6th from the Drekkana. So this is how you will have to see the horoscope. See, one more horoscope. See, this is, okay, very important. See, B.V. Raman's horoscope. Look at the horoscope. Very, very interesting. Look at the horoscope. He's an astrologer. He's written many books. The world famous astrologer. Look at his horoscope. See what happens to his second house. His second house is Pisces. From the Drekkana, what the second house becomes? Second house becomes the 10th house. See the connection. This profession is there in Drekkana. You don't need to go to Dasamsa and Navamsa. It is so clear in Drekkana. It has Jupiter and Sun in the 10th house. Jupiter is in his Swakshetra with Sun. And what is the 10th house? Drekkana 10th house. It is the second house. Where is Mercury? He's written so many books. Where is Mercury falling? Mercury is in Jupiter's house in a Kendra. Okay, one more aspect I will tell you. His mother died when he was 2 years. Okay, in the horoscope, in the D1 horoscope, moon is exalted in the 4th house. Okay, maybe we say 6th Lord in the 4th house. See where it is in Drekkana. It is in the 12th from the Rashi Tulya Drekkana and is in the 8th from the Drekkana Lagna. Very, very clearly, just seeing in the Drekkana itself, you know his mother will be shortly. Yes, he has Saturn in the 4th house. That's another aspect also. Okay. Clear? Any doubts you are having? Okay. I'm just giving you one more astrologer, Shandar. He died very young. He was the first person to translate BPHS in English and still one of the greatest translations. Again, I think 25-30 books. He has written astrology books, and I think he is the person after P.S. Shastri to have translated most of the original classics into Sanskrit books into English. Look at his horoscope. Same. He's an astrologer. Look at Drekkana Lagna, Jupiter in Lagna. Okay. Now look at the reverse. What is his 10th house? Drekkana 10th house is the D1 second house. You see the second and 10th house. He must be doing a profession, something related to work and speech. And if it is Jupiter's house, what should it be? Even his what I say, he's I think is 50-50 plus. He should have passed away. Look at his horoscope. Yes. Here. Look at his horoscope. Mars, Lagna Lord Mars is debilitated in. It is debilitated. Okay, 10th house has Venus and Mercury. From the Drekkana, it is in the 6th house, but from the Rashi Tulya Drekkana, Mercury is in the 10th house. So Jupiter, Mercury, 10th house, second house connection. And why is what I say, he couldn't go, longevity was short. This D1 Lagna Lord is debilitated in Drekkana. Any doubts? No. So we just look into Leonardo DiCaprio's horoscope. So this is easy. It becomes Vargottama Lagna. So when it is Vargottama Lagna, it becomes very easy. Okay, he has a lot of planets in the second house for a yoga. We see. We'll look at the Drekkana. Look at the Drekkana. 10th house, Venus, Jupiter, Venus, Sun. There is a parivartana between second lord and 10th lord. Moon is exalted in the 9th house. Then he has two malefics, Saturn and Mars. Forget about the D1 chart. Just look at the Drekkana, Vargottama Drekkana. Is it not clear? What you say? This is a person is a star. Even if it is missing in the D1 chart, the Drekkana opens up and makes it very, very clear. You will go to Navamsa, Dasamsa later. That is for a deeper picture. But if you do not know the basics, the broader line of a horoscope, how will you understand the Navamsa and Dasamsa? The horoscope immediately, when I split it into 3, what I say, you must know. What I say, you 50% of the what I say predictions is clear. Immediately you want to look at a very close Namamsa only I will see, Dasamsa only I want to see, means you have not seen the basics, you have not seen the outlay, you have not seen the promises. Only when you see the outline from the Rashi chart, then it is split into three in Drekkana. After you seeing the promise, should we go to the Navamsa or Dasamsa, or if you want to go to D60, you can go. But if you do not see the next dimension of the horoscope, and immediately if you go to Navamsa, you will not understand Navamsa at all. Because the Navamsa has to, what the D1 chose, Drekkana will open up, and the same thing, is it going to be extended or not, must be explained in Navamsa or the Samsa. If Drekkana is saying something, Navamsa is saying something, there is no connection. There is a yoga or avayoga only when it is there in D1, D3, D9. It must be. So there must be a connection. One is there, one is present here, one is not present there, it will change totally. So it's very, very important there is a connection. Okay. Look at billion JP Morgan's horoscope. Again, Vargottama Lagna makes it very easy. Immediately look at his horoscope. Venus, Jupiter in the 10th house. 10th Lord Mars is in a parivartana between the 2nd and the 10th house. Sun is exalted. He has 3rd house. See, for a person in the film field, 3rd and 5th houses are very, very important. Lagna Lord in the 5th house in Drekkana and the 3rd house, both are very, very, very strong. There is an exalted planet in the 3rd house, and Lagna Lord is in the 5th house. And there is also a parivartana, and there is a Vargottama. Very, very clear. You can see this chart. This, what to say, even in the D1, okay, D1 chart, yes. So there is Shukra exalted, Lagna Lord exalted, Jupiter exalted, Sun exalted. It's quite clear. But look at the horoscope here. It's a billionaire, one of the top billionaires at those times, like Bill Gates. So this continues, the picture becomes more clear in Drekkana. Yes, you can take a confirmation again in the other Varga charts, but you should know what is it. It's like the second part of the story. First, you understand the contents from the D1 chart, and then you look at the synopsis of the whole story in the Drekkana. Then you go to the detailing in the Navamsa, Dasamsa, and other Varga charts. But if you do not get the synopsis clearly, you will not understand the Navamsa and Dasamsa at all. Okay. Look at Marilyn Monroe's horoscope. This is slightly, I'll explain to you. She passed away. We're not looking into the other yogas. Just she passed away in Jupiter, Mars. Why she passed away in Jupiter and Mars? Where is Jupiter? Okay, in the Jupiter, Mars in the D1 chart, it is in the 8th house. Just in the 8th house in D1 alone is not enough. It must continue in several Varga charts. Only then, just because somebody has 2 planets in the 8th house, it will not. We will see in Drekkana. What happens in Drekkana? Where is Jupiter in Drekkana? From the Rashi Tulya Navamsa, Jupiter is in the 8th house. From the Drekkana, it is in the 12th house with Ram. Where is Mars? Mars is in the 8th house, aspected by the 8th Lord, Venus. Very, very clear. She is a short-lived person. 33 years, she is passing away. What is it? Lagna Lord must be afflicted. D1 Lagna Lord, where it is in Drekkana, it goes to the 7th house and an Amavasya Yoga. Okay. Any doubts? So see how important. I've showed you profession, death, luck, everything. You can see married life, you can see progeny, anything. Open up Drekkana, you can see it. The only thing you must know, there are fantastic tools, which is not only just even in Navamsa or any other chart, only in Drekkana, they are there. I will just tell you one more thing. I will in class, see, this is a different type of Drekkana set. Parashari Drekkana, which we all think it is only for Koban, death or dying, but it is there for completely visible. Then there is something called Parivritti Drekkana. This is to understand about one's activities, endeavor, spirit, dynamism, energy, resourcefulness, ingenuity, capability, and resourcefulness. This is again a Parashari type of Drekkana. Then you have something called Varahamira Krishna Mishra Drekkana. This is supposed to be in secret. It's not much revealed. This is another very important Somanatha Drekkana. many people consider this to explain about the physical health of the person, something to do about one's sexuality, lust, desire, and much to do about the health of the person also. Then there is Jagannath Drekkana from the Rats Parambara, is used to understand about one's Karna Bala, what a person will act, what is in store for him. Very, very important. Then another is Sama Vishama Drekkana. Again, this is a secret of the Parambara. So these are some of the different aspects. There's not one aspect. There are at least so many aspects. Very much in you will be the Parivrti Drekkana and Somnatha Drekkana is most of the astrologers use it. When you want to understand a little bit about the health of the person, you take Somnatha, or about one's sensuality, about sex, and then there is one typical thing when we come to LGBTQ, you want to understand about marriage. That aspect, it is without understanding about Drekkana, you will not understand anything about one's sexuality or about judging those aspects of a person. It is there. You can have a look at Somnatha and the normal Parasiti Drekkana also. You can have a compare and analyze about the whole thing. Okay. Any doubts? You can ask me. So I've just given an introduction. What is Drekkana? Anybody else? Any doubts? You can ask. I'll make it very important for you. How important is Drekkana? If you are missing, you just jump to Navamsat analyze or Dasamsat analyze. Without going to Drekkana, only when you've understood Drekkana, and so many rules, I'll explain it to you in 3 sessions I'll be taking. I'll explain to you itself, you'll understand how much is there to just understand Drekkana and how much it can it open your eyes to understand a particular horoscope. It is not there in any other Varga chart. Such amount of information is only there. If in fact you look at that, what is it? In the Vimshopaka strength, for Navamsa it is 5, and for Drekkana it is 4. So it is just one lesser than, so it's the highest for any Varga. After Navamsa, it is the highest Varga. So Varasari wants us to actually analyze, mainly just look at D1, D3 and D9 only is indirect suggestions. Because when you look into the horoscope, before you look at the Navamsa, look at the Drekkana. So it is like you understand the synopsis. Now the detailing will be in Navamsa or any other Varga chart. But if you do not look into the outline of the horoscope or the synopsis of the horoscope D3, just going to the D9 will be confusing. Why sometimes Navamsa has become a problem or difficult is because you have not touched the Drekkana. Yeah. Anybody, any doubts? Yeah. I think today everybody is very silent.
Yeah, very silent today, everybody.
We are still digesting whatever information you have given us, sir.
Yeah, sure. Now I'll just take one step, next step, because the next session I'll talk to you about the Tattva Rahasya, how to use now the Drekkana Devatas, how to use it. Each Drekkana, all the Varga chart have a Devata, and it's a hidden rule. What is understanding that only you can understand the Drekkana itself. I mean, you can understand the Varga itself.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Hope to see more on this series. People have enjoyed our progeny series, but D60 was the best. We had 10 sessions. Yeah. That was amazing. And thank you so much. We look forward to this session. People who still have not subscribed to our channel and not following William sir, please do go and subscribe and watch his full series on each and every subject. Each video that he has made is a gem. Zero, Rashi, whatever, Navmansha. There are so many things that he has done. So please do go and watch. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.